Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the VFL Pies who played yesterday against Southport in Southport. A massive game against a really strong opposition that is not AFL tied. So the chemistry level at Southport is at a level that most clubs don't really have in the VFL system. Just what the first 10, 15 minutes, Southport were all over Collingwood on the scoreboard. I think they kicked the first 3 goals. The Pies find a way to bounce back by the end of the first quarter and almost break even. Riley Mason missed an absolute sitter late in the first quarter, and then ironically, Southport go back the other way and kick a goal to put them, I think, 2 goals clear by the end of the quarter or something like that. But in the end, the Pies win 10-13, 73 to 9-10, 64. It's a massive result away from home. We still had a bunch of AFL listed players. I think the number was 10. So you want to go in thinking you have a really good chance of winning this game, and that's exactly what happened. Maybe Southport overpossessed the ball. You look at the numbers here. They had 461 disposals, which is unbelievable. Their average is 390. The Pies finished the game with 305. Their average is 333. The boys just found a way quicker to goal compared to Southport, because in the end, it's a similar inside 50 count. The Pies actually had more scoring shots, 23 to 19. So almost similar to West Coast in a way with the kick to handball ratio. It was almost 1-to-1 for the Pies, the VFL Pies. So interesting that. But talking about specific players that we want to focus on, the first one is Iliro Smith, who for the most part this year has been playing in a backline in the VFL, almost exclusively, at least more so as the weeks go by. We've said maybe the club is looking for Rue to develop that defensive craft, but and to be able to play in a ruck as well. But it looks like maybe they want him to be a full-time defender. With Charlie Dean not there yesterday, he had to step up, and naturally you probably think, all right, well, we're going to see more from Iliro because Charlie Dean's not there. So it's just himself and Glover as the two keys in the back line. And Rue is obviously genuine key size. Sam Glover plays a bit taller than what he is. So Rue finishes with 2 contested marks, 6 intercept possessions, 11 touches, and that massive chase down tackle. I think it was in the third quarter where they were through on goal. Rue had some really good closing down speed and pretty much, quelled it and saved a goal that could have potentially turned the tide. My only query with Rue playing the backline is his kicking action. I'm sure he can develop a really nice intercept game, but I'm worried about his kicking action. His kicking is very, very, very questionable. But outside of that, he's still a kid. And they're clearly looking to add some more strings to his bow. Given the fact that we still have DC, we still have Mason Cox who wants to play on next year. We have Oscar Steen who's in line, and then Iliro is probably 4th in line. So I think they're just trying to fast track his development to see if they can get him to AFL level quicker, sooner rather than later. Plus, they're weary that we have Billy Frampton who's injured. We have Reef McInnes who's injured. We have Charlie Dean who played yesterday, who was underwhelming. The next man up is Iliro Smith. It's not TJ, it's not Jacob Ryan, they're Will Parker, they're different roles. So maybe stay on your toes, Big Roo. Collingwood will play with just Darcy Moore as the only recognised key if we're without Charlie Dean or Billy Frampton. But in another universe, there's a world where Smith might be called upon. Very, very extremely unlikely, but knock on wood, worst case scenario, that's something we might see. But that was Big Roo's game. Really good. Really good. Rowan Steele on the wing was impressive. He had 21 touches, 7 intercept possessions, so finds a way to defend and build his game on that. Kicked a goal early in the game as well, if I'm not mistaken. It just looks really cool, calm and composed. No real dramas with his game. Really happy with that. Tom Mitchell just continues to put his hand up. 29 touches, the highest rated player on the ground. 8 clearances. Can he find a way into the AFL side? I thought Lockie Sullivan was pretty good yesterday. So that doesn't help his case because I feel like that is the position he's hunting down right now in the AFL side. So I'm not quite too sure how he finds his way in. All he can do is just continue to perform, and that's all it is. The other one who had to step up yesterday with, once again, Charlie Dean's absence is Joel Cochran. He had 19 touches, 5 marks. He had a bunch of intercepts as well. Was really lively, particularly in that second quarter. Had a bunch of touches in that quarter alone. 9 intercept possessions, which was a team high. He's like 6'5", 6'6", genuine key size, really slender, really fast, probably more of a rebounder, and will naturally groove into a third key defender type of player, I feel, until he feels out at least. I don't think he's come to the club to be that number one key size defender. Of course, stranger things have happened, but he's finding his feet more and more. And I do feel like, and since watching him at preseason, his preseason was quite interrupted, I must admit. So, but just from what we had seen at training and what we've seen in this season so far, Cochran was always going to be that the last of the draftees to find their rhythm. Will Hayes has played AFL. Charlie West has played AFL. Charlie West is dominating the VFL. Will Hayes is above the level of VFL. Cochran is taking time, and that's fine. Everyone's development works at a different in a different trajectory, at a different tempo. So it was really good to see Joel Cochran. I'm sure that game yesterday would have given him a wealth of confidence, and that's all you can ask for. Demeter keeps playing reasonably well. 21 touches, kicked a goal, 9 contested possessions, and FYI, Tom Mitchell had a team high 14 contested possessions for the game. And no real bags of goals from players. It was a real mixed bag. You had Josh Murphy, the 19-year-old VFL recruit. You had Harry Marnie, who's been really good for the VFL side. Those Marnie twins just always on the same page with each other, and a really important piece to the VFL puzzle for the Pies. Harrison Kennedy had a say of his own as well, but yeah, just a real team performance. It's one of those gritty performances that you want to see from a club that is affiliated with an AFL side, because it shows that they care, and clearly they do. We're in a really good position. We'll check the ladder in a moment. Jacob Ryan had an ankle injury, so who started off quite well from what I was watching. So now we're left with that Jacob Ryan and TJ at the moment in the VFL as far as AFL listed players are concerned. Finlay McRae is obviously still a little while away. Let's have a look at that ladder. Did Noah Howes? I didn't recognize Noah Howes at all. Did he play? Let's see. Don't think so. Don't see his name on the team sheet, and I don't remember hearing his name. Oh, he was there. He had what? 3 touches. 9 touches. 9 touches, 3 behinds. How do I not remember? Anyways, yeah, I actually don't have much. I completely missed the boat on Noah Howe, so I'll have to leave that one. 3 scoring shots though. Let's have a look at the ladder. Where do the VFL Pies sit at this point in time? The VFL Pies are 8-4, and we're 7th. Interesting. Won 3 of our last 5. Beat Southport, who were 3rd. We've beaten GW, so we've beaten GWS, we've beaten Southport, we've beaten Box Hill Hawks. That's 3 of the top 4. And somehow we're 7th, being 8-4. Okay, fair enough. Anyways, it's clearly a very tight league in the top 8, and then the top 4, particularly the bottom 5, and actually the bottom 7, it really begins to drop off. So there's a clear gap in talent in the VFL from position 14 to 21. Anyways, that is the VFL review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Love watching these games and seeing what our young and upcoming players are doing, and our fringe players and our players returning from injury are doing. We get to enjoy that before the game that was against West Coast at Marvel. Go Pies.